Hi guys, and welcome to another Armin's Tech Talk. Today we're going to be building a extended drive to put your PlayStation 4 games off from the PS5's hard drive. It still allows you to play them and not take up that precious space for your PS5 games. So I have a unique situation, but this is going to be a general idea of how to do this. I just really want to show you guys what I'm using. You can use various USB drives, whether it's an SSD, a hard drive, or an NVMe SSD drive, which is what I'm using. So if you have an enclosure already, you'll just plug it into your PS5, which we will get to those steps later. But I'm going to get into just installing an NVMe drive first. So the products that I have is I have a Asus ROG Strix Arian or Orion, however you want to call this. This is a USB 3.2 C external enclosure. I have a 970 Evo Plus. This is a 2 terabyte drive. I had 2 terabytes in my PlayStation 4 Pro, so I definitely want 2 terabytes of storage for my PS4 games on my PS5. And you're going to need, of course, in the packaging, it comes with a USB cable. There's an A to C, which this one is, and then the enclosure comes with an A to A cable. You'll need an appropriate screwdriver, flathead will do. And for opening up the enclosure, you have this wonderful little sim-like tool, if I can get it off the counter. So it's a little flat tool that you insert into the enclosure. So we're gonna get started real quick. So you have the enclosure here. It's a pretty nice material. I think it's aluminum. Feels very metallic. As you can hear, it's very solid. The enclosure is supposed to light up when powered. You can see here that the USB C port on the enclosure that will connect your drive, of course, to your device. In this case, it's a PS5, but if you want to use it for a PC or attached storage. Next to the enclosure is the little pinhole. This is what you're going to be putting your USB tool into, or excuse me, your USB tool, your SIM remover tool into. Push it in, and then you can see it pops the enclosure open. I'm not sure what I just lost. Actually, I think I just lost the tool is what I just lost. But that's okay, I can find that in a moment. So, over here we have a screw that you will be taking off, and then you have the interface for the M.2. So we're going to take our M.2 out. And Samsung does these packages pretty uniformly since the 960 Evos. Little sticker on the back. Open the flap. And then, of course, here is your 970 Evo Plus. I already have the PlayStation 5 running in the background, so you guys will be able to see that when I get to that point. So you're going to be careful with this because you don't want to break any of the pins. But it's pretty straightforward to get it pushed into the interface. If you've ever done this on a PC, this should be pretty straightforward to you. As you can see, it's flush in the interface, and when it is, it usually springs up like this. This is why you need the screw to hold it down. driver is no longer working. So it means it's time for a new one of those. There we go. So it's only a few twists, and then you can see the drive is in there pretty stably. To put this back on, had to fool with this a little bit, but you angle the left side of the enclosure downward because there is, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but there are little teeth here by my fingers that need to slide into slots on the enclosure to allow you to put the lid on. Well, I don't know if it's the okay. Make sure this screw is tight enough because I seem to be having some trouble. Yeah, the screw is down tight enough. And it doesn't look like that drive is popping up all that much. Now it seems this doesn't want to lock. Well, I'm not going to mess with the locking device at this time. The drive may be too big. I'm going to have to figure out what is wrong with the drive and why the enclosure isn't sealing, but that's not going to stop us from doing the external piece of this. So you want to make sure that you plug your USB-C end in, and we're going to head over to the PlayStation. So you want to plug it into the PlayStation. And actually, in this particular case, because it is a USB-A, I might actually have to plug it into the back of the PlayStation because there have been some reports of the drive not accepting or not being accepted by the system. But we'll find out. That may not affect actually formatting the drive. It might only affect playing the games back. As there was a pop-up saying that the system did see the USB drive. So inside of settings, you're going to go down to storage, You're going to go to extended storage. Here it can see the ROG Strix Orion. You see that it's 2.01 terabytes, which is the 970 that we put in the external enclosure, and we want to format it as extended storage. Connection method. So again, as I said, there might be some issues with the drive. With the front ports, I would just have to switch over to the USB-C to USB-C cable, which does come with the Orion. I'll do that here in a second. So one thing to be very careful of, and I don't think this is going to be an issue until after the system sees it, is once you have the drive formatted, there have been some reported issues if you quickly remove the drive that the PlayStation will see it as corrupted and no longer allow you to use it. You'll want to be very careful of that. Make sure that you eject your drives if you're going to move it. So I'm going to grab the USB-C to USB-C cable. That way we can format this drive. So you can see here, it's a C to C connection. And C to C, of course, supports high-speed USB, so you're looking at 10 gigabits. USB 3, 3.1, 3.2 got confusing. The USB forum didn't do a good job with USB 3, so it's going to be a miracle when we all move to USB 4. It'll just be straight USB 4. This won't be any generational issues or naming convention problems. So we're going to get down here. We're going to pull out our drive. We're going to disconnect the USB. So now we got one C into the drive. I'm going to plug the other C into the system. Which is pretty... So again, it sees it. When you format the USB drive, all your data on it will be deleted. This is a new drive, we don't have to worry about any data. There's no video clips on it, no data storage. Am I sure I want to continue? Yeah, absolutely. So this may take a few minutes, or not. So it's going to tell you that it's formatted as extended storage. PS4 games and apps will now be installed on the extended storage. It gives you instructions on how to change the where the PS4 games are stored, and then it really tells you down here at the bottom to stop using and safely remove the extended storage drive. Go to Settings, Storage, Extended Storage, and then select Safely Remove from PS5. Again, you want to do this because people have been having a lot of problems with these drives. When they, not the specific NVMe drives, but any drive that is used as PS4 extended storage, if they just unplug it, it causes a problem where a library has to be rebuilt and the system just can't seem to do it. It just says the data is corrupted and it won't read the drive. So take care, guys. I know this is a quick video. I hope it gives you some brief instructions on how to set up an extended storage and continue gaming out there. I'll see you all in the next